Welcome friends. This is your V.Palanichamy. We have been talking about the strategy for competitive exam success. So today's topic is about how to face a negative mark scenario in all exams. Today, except a few exams, all exam has a negative mark. So what is a negative mark? When you put a negative answer, your mark will be deducted, right? And if you leave the place or empty, so there is no mark less or more, it's like empty. So you should have a big understanding. From the IIT JEE, it started very long back, right? Like then common admission test, even including NEET and civil services, even IBPS, SSC, all exams, most of the competitive examinations, now they have kept this negative mark. Now first of all, when you are approaching for the examination, you should read the notification very well and how much is the negative mark, whether it's 1/3 or 1/4. For example, most of the exams it's 1/4, but for example NEET it's 1/4. So if you lose a mark, like for example 4-mark question, it's every question is a 4 mark in a NEET, but if you really put a negative mark, then you will lose 1 mark, right? But in the civil services it's like 1/3, but choices are same. They are also 4, 1 out of 4. The civil service also 1 out of 4. Here 1/3 mark will be reduced. So if you really touch a question and then it's a negative mark, like it's like a 2-mark question. For example, one question is a 2 mark. It's like minus 0.66 you will be losing, right? So you should know how much is the negative mark and how the scoring pattern. First part. Second part, how you have to really approach it. How can you avoid it? The avoiding is very simple. People do mistakes. That's silly mistake. What type of silly mistake they do it? They do wrong marking. See, mentally you see question number 15, but you put your answer in the 14, up and down. You are out, and the 14 question may be different answer. First part. The second part, there are people, they put 2 answer in single without knowing it. So what happened? For example, 20th question already you answered. That may be A. So there are 4 choices in the OMR sheet. The 4 choices A, B, C, D. The leftmost corner, that's A. But in the 21st question, when you will be writing it, so you mistakenly you put it in the D. So commit a mistake. Now people do lots of mistake. Now latest, how does it happen? It happens in a way. People choose to write or give an answer they are well known to. For example, second question, 4th, then 7th, then 9th. That's like well known question. That's a first round. You just move. When you are moving around 15 questions, then 17 questions or 20th question, what you do, 19th question or 20th question, you are answering it. There are 3 or 4 lines gap because you answered around 15th question. After that 19th or 20th question you are going to answer it. So mistakenly, instead of 20th question answer, you will put it your answer in the 19th. What happens? In every order, every question, that suppose what will you do? The 20th question you put it in 19th. Then 21st question you will put it in the 20th. So if you are putting it next to continuity. So you commit a mistake like that. This is the first part. I know there are boys and girls, they have done a big mistake like that. They are about to clear exams. Recently I know there was a boy from rural background. He did, out of this 180 questions in NEET, 90 questions perfect. He was marking in the hard copy also. When he came out and then solved the question, he said it's about, he will get around for 640 marks. But after 98th question, he did this same mistake. He crossed it. So it was 1 above. When did he realize? He realized he was about to finish the paper. It's done, time gone. Where will you erase it? Where will you put it? So finally he scored 100, only 380 marks. He was supposed to get 640 marks. It's a mistake. Civil service also it happens. All service examinations happens. How to avoid it? To avoid it, you have to do a lots of exercise, lot of mock exams, model exams. When you do lot of model exams, you commit a when you commit a mistake, then you can rectify it. Number 1. Number 2, suppose if you have a habit of doing this mental mistake, to be alert while going through these exams like 1, 3, 4 or whatever the time. After some time, off the way you go through it, then you just look back for a minute. Suppose you know around 21st question, you know very well, that was a thorough answer. You check it, then you see around 35th question, you see that it's excellent, I know very well. So the 21st question and the 31st question or 30th question or 35th question, which the question you know very well, that question you check it whether you answered it right or not. So it's called cross checking. When you have, mentally you have to be alert. Suppose if you are not that much alert, then do the cross checking. The best thing is that when you are reading a question, for example, you are reading the 51st question, accordingly you go to a OMR sheet in the 51st question directly. So every time you keep that question in order, because you may be thinking that no, I have only 30 seconds or 1 minute, how will I do it? But do practice. When you do practice, the practice makes perfection. You will not commit a mistake like this, right? So one has to be very, very careful when there is a negative mark. So these are the steps, you really follow it, you will not commit a mistake, so that you will be successful, right? The takeaway point from today's video is you have to be very careful in negative mark scenario, and the lines whatever we told already, the precautions, please listen it properly. Accordingly you do your mock testing or model testing and cross checking, and careful, like more careful, right? Thank you very much. So we'll be talking about some other video, some other subject soon. Thank you.
For more videos, subscribe our channel. Please like, share and comment. Don't forget to click the bell icon.